We're here to talk about your son, Drew, and to share about some of the challenges he had in his life, which was far too short, and to share about your own strength. And we're here to educate people around the challenges of homelessness and mental health and addiction. But first, Brenda, I just want to say thank you. I am so impressed with you and so honored just to be here with you today.
Drew was an amazing individual, very bright young man, always had a smile, very good-looking guy, if I say so myself. From the time he was really young, he was always very active. Actually, he was diagnosed ADHD when he was in kindergarten, and he was actually kicked out of preschool for being too active. He was also a tremendous athlete, but the one thing that Drew became very interested in at a very young age was music. And unfortunately, the struggles with Drew started when he was younger, like in high school, is when he started into the drug and alcohol with the music. I mean, it kind of went along with the music industry. He just didn't realize that his susceptibility to addiction was really high. And one of the biggest problems with mental illness is the person doesn't always want to agree that they have mental illness and get the treatment because there's such a negative social stigma about mental illness.
Makes it harder for somebody to actually engage in treatment. The other difficult reality is that when somebody does want to engage in treatment, if they're without housing and they don't have the means, that treatment may not be available.
That's my goal, is to make people more aware that there are not places that available for people like Drew, and that homeless people and people with mental illness are people. They are family members. They're our loved ones that are out there. I mean, sometimes I've been told, why didn't you help more? You do help more, but the relationship changes and their reaction to what you want to do to help them may not be what they think they need. I have two boys that were wonderful kids, and this happened to both of them. I can't sit back and say, oh, poor me, this is what happened to me. And I don't look at it as poor me. I look at it as this is a call to action. I need to do something to help other people so they don't have to go through this experience that I have gone through. And I'm still going through. Still can't believe that Drew is gone. It's just incredible. Because he was such a big person.
But what would you ask that people do? They've heard this story, they've connected with you a little bit today, they want to make a difference.
Well, an interesting thing that I heard from a homeless person was, when you see a homeless person often, and I am guilty of this myself, it's you walk down the street and you see a homeless person and you look away and you feel embarrassed. If you recognize them, acknowledge them, say hello, you don't have to give them money. Just the acknowledgement that they're also a human being is a big deal. Getting involved is something that will make you feel really good. I had been a part of in a spectator scenario with Friends of La Posada here in the North County. And Friends of La Posada is a totally all volunteer nonprofit organization. And our goal is to help the homeless through advocacy, education, and fundraising. So one of the things that we're doing is a golf tournament, and the money will go towards not only Friends of La Posada and their shelter, La Posada de Guadalupe in Carlsbad, but will also be shared with Interfaith Community Services for their Abraham and Lillian Turk Recuperative Care Center in Escondido, which is what I feel would have been something that could have helped save Andrew's life.
Just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming. I know change gon' come.